Hi guys, I'm now in my own study room, right? So just got some really big news to share. I just read this. I was browsing on Facebook just now. I just read this article, all right, news piece that was shared on Jalopnik, and so they highlight. So this article on Jalopnik, right, highlighted a well a Mazda third financial, those financial presentation thing, right? And they were showing the slides, and there was one very, very interesting, all right, development that they just put it there, like like just a pointer like that. Okay, let me just show you the slide. So this is the slide. Okay, see this? So Mazda is developing its own inline-6 engine, all right, and not just an inline-6 petrol, but also an inline-6 diesel. Now, if you look at the this particular slide that says investment for brand value improvement. Okay, first let's talk about the maturing of the Kodo design, which to me, okay, I don't know how to appreciate design. Then of course, when you talk about small architecture, that would be all the transverse engine cars like Mazda 3, Mazda 2, and so on. So they talk about upgrading the current gen Skyactiv G engine, Skyactiv diesel engine, and also introduction of the Skyactiv X engine. There's also mention of a mild hybrid, and also in their own in-house electric vehicle. Okay, so nothing special out there. Then they talk about this large architecture. Large architecture will be talk about bigger cars, right? And then that's where they very, very casually added mention straight six Skyactiv X engine, as well as a straight six Skyactiv D engine. And this engine is also going to be laid out in a longitudinal fashion. So this suggests that in the next generation of Mazda cars, there will possibly there's likely to be a rear-wheel drive model. So something maybe to challenge the 3 Series, 5 Series, that kind of thing. And in that, large, long engine rear-wheel drive architecture, they're also talking about 48-volt mild hybrid slash plug-in hybrid, and powertrain setup. So what this means really is this also tells us that potentially the next generation Mazda 6. This large architecture car we're talking about could refer to the next generation Mazda 6, or it could be something all new that yes, Alan, this is broadcast live because yeah, I'm just trying this new format to share news items to you guys. And I know it's a very rare, very sort of like very random timing, but if this works, all right, if the response is good, I'll probably time future broadcasts at a better better timing. So coming back to what I'm saying, right? This is big news. Mazda is rolling out a new generation platform longitudinal engine, most likely to be rear-wheel drive, with an inline-6 engine. And okay, so WTRs, what do you think about the upcoming Mazda 3? Okay, styling-wise, looks exciting. I'm curious to see how the torsion beam suspension really would affect the car's handling, because I personally have always been very skeptical about torsion beam rear suspension, right? But Mazda says that their rationale in using torsion beam has nothing to do with costs, but actually there are certain aspects of the torsion beam suspension that actually help contribute to superior dynamics, in the Mazda 3 size of car. So I'm very curious to put that claim to the test. Okay, so this is something very, very, anyways, coming back to the straight six engine, this is something very big from Mazda. And I also like how at this stage where there's nothing confirmed, how they just very casually mention this, and to wait for see who is the first journalists to pick up this little snippet. All right, very, very well played. But still, all right, since we are on this slides, right, let me just go through some of the slides and see if there are any interesting, all right, any interesting. Okay, all these above slides are. A lot of these are very, very dry financial stuff. All right, so yeah, next year, 2020, Mazda apparently will be celebrating their centennial, their 100th anniversary. So happy centennial, Mazda. And yeah, so right now, okay, Mazda has announced their plan for the next 6 years. So in the next 6 years, right, we'll be seeing a fully new generation, a fully new generation range of Mazda cars, right? And yeah, so this will be part of the next 6 year plan. And let me just see the next slide to see what's new. Well, they also talk about more comprehensive partnership with Toyota, in addition to enhanced alliances with existing partners. So there'll be a more close working relationship between Mazda and Toyota. And those of you guys, if you guys do not know, in the US, Toyota rebadges the Mazda 2 Skyactiv and calls it the Yaris. There's an even lesser known collaboration between Toyota and Mazda, and this is something that I experienced firsthand. In Japan, all right, I think this was back in 2015 or 2013. Sorry, I think 2013, all right, that time I traveled to Japan to try out a Mazda 3 hybrid. So it was basically the current gen Mazda 3 Skyactiv with the 2-liter Skyactiv engine, but mated to Toyota's hybrid synergy drive system. We drove the car in downtown Tokyo, and one thing that struck me at that time, and this was like what 4 years ago already, right? I was impressed at how Mazda was able to integrate a hybrid module developed by a third party rather well with their own in-house engine. Arif said, put an inline-6 into a Mazda, into an MX-5. I'm going to ask, we're going to get, if that happens, right, we need to get Bing to try that out, right? So, so in this, another slide here, which I'll show you here, okay? Let me just show you this slide. Mazda also very candidly acknowledged their strengths and weaknesses. So, what Mazda sees, all right, is that their weaknesses is that they don't have the kind of economies of scale that the Toyotas and the Volkswagens enjoy. Fixed cost efficiency in their R&D capex and investment. I'm not sure what that actually means. Financing power, funding capabilities, car connectivity, autonomous driving, insurance. So basically, Mazda identifies its economies of scale and its small size as their key areas in which they can improve upon, as well as their autonomous driving system and car-to-car connectivity, which is understandable because Mazda has always been promoting Jinba Itai, their one with the car, being one with the car kind of philosophy. So over the past few years, whilst everyone was working on autonomous driving, Mazda was still very fixated with car driver interaction, the kind of old school driving pleasure that enthusiasts like us enjoy, but probably to some may seem a bit old-fashioned. But so here in this same slide, they're also talking about their own strengths, unique products and technologies. Yeah, unique, well-balanced overseas business. Culture of taking on difficult challenge, variety of alliance partners. Now that line they say about culture of taking on difficult challenges, that is also very true because amongst Japanese companies, Mazda has always been a bit of a maverick, all right, in terms of the way they behave, in terms of the way they carry themselves, in terms of even how the people, all right, have a bit of a rock star kind of behavior, in their outlook in life, all right. So, in fact, I think there was one media event, all right, in Penang that one of the Mazda engineers actually went on stage and sang and performed. And this is not something that we would see in with a Toyota engineer, for example, or even a Honda engineer. Honda also is one company that I would say they have a bit of a maverick streak within them, but yeah, Mazda takes it even further. So let's look further on, and it is very obvious that that Mazda is really looking into the kind of things that every other car maker is talking about right now. All right, they're talking about having more connectedness. They're talking about autonomous driving. They're talking about car sharing, and they're also talking about electric mobility. So, yeah, Mazda they have always been very previously lah. They've always been very firm in holding on to in saying that there's still much room to grow with the internal combustion engine, and they're still very firm with their commitment to deliver cars that exude driving pleasure. But now in this presentation, it is obvious that Mazda is seeing the point of, even they may stay true to their principles, they are also seeing the point of going with the mainstream, right? Connected, autonomous, car sharing, electric mobility, and all that. So, this is also interesting. And so there's this next slide here in their medium-term management policy. All right, is that Mazda plans to continue investing in unique products and customer experience. They also want to reduce here's what they say: curb expenses that depreciate brand value. When you say curb expenses, it means cost cutting. But when you say depreciate brand value, it means that we are talking about things that don't contribute to your brand identity. All right, and they're also investing in areas that they need to they really need to in which they perceive to be lagging behind the competition. So this is another slide that I want to show you. Okay, so this slide here, see this portion, all right, shows Mazda's intention to position themselves higher in the value chain. Okay, so up there's a line that says expand the line of powertrains that including electric drive technologies and advanced technologies to meet growing their range of. Okay, guys, sorry, there was a problem with the connection a bit. So just now there would have been some break in the transmission, but so there's this other slide here that talks about Mazda working on the second generation iteration of their Mazda Connect infotainment system. They're also talking about their work on autonomous driving, which they are going to brand it as Mazda Co-Pilot. And they are also going to be exploring the car sharing business, and yeah, so they're also talking about introducing electric vehicles, plug-in hybrids, and the lot. Okay, so okay. Yeah, so beyond this, nothing of major interest, and yeah, so that's it about the new Inline-6 engine news that Mazda is now. So KS Tong definitely going to put Inline-6 into the Mazda 6. Now that is possible, all right, and that leads to interesting possibilities, because when you put the Inline-6 into the Mazda 6, that means that they are going to turn the Mazda 6 into a longitudinal engine vehicle, and that pushes the Mazda 6 to an even higher positioning that would enable it to rival cars like the 3 Series or 5 Series. But yeah, so that would really make for some very, very interesting possibilities. Okay, so guys, that's it. Quick shout out. Any more questions down there? No. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, next time I'll try to broadcast live at a more at a more friendly hour. All right. Cheers, guys. Good night.